All right, welcome to Nycos. Whispers in the Mist is the story today. The title of this episode, Hexploration. Like it? Like it? Eh?
Like it.
Hexploration. As usual,
Whisper.
and let me do this, Travis. Let me hide the main map since we have your big map we're looking at
Somebody
right
just
now.
popped in.
Yes, somebody did. I'm betting that it's Steven. That'd be
It's a
my guess without even
fish.
looking. Is it a fishy cat?
No, it's a hobbit, but he can get a fishy cat in a moment.
It's a hobbit. Oh,
Yeah,
tomato. Tomato shows up. Sorry, wrong story. He has to walk back off the
wrong
screen.
day.
Walks over, walks back behind the curtain. Oh, sorry, changing.
Tomato comes back wearing like a mustache.
Yeah. There. So now the live stream. Oh, nope. Still don't have it right. That.
Steven, you're muted, by the way.
You know,
Heyo.
We need we need
uh,
fishy cat now. I mean, that's a nice halfling, but we need a fishy cat.
He is a rather nice halfling.
That
Oi,
is
that's a nice halfling right there.
hmm
a harfling.
A
Harf,
halfling.
harfling.
Harfling.
That's how you say halfling in my words. Them halflings over there, you don't say elves. Elves are not in my vocabulary. They come ours or us or whatnot. That's why alabaster's so hard to say.
Arr, Arlabaster. Got a pirate twang to it when you say it that way.
Aye, well, that was the point.
Is that where pirates came from? Dorset.
Very likely.
Mostly like Bristol. Oh, I better get the right picture.
Yeah.
Here I am falling down on my duties.
And while you're showing the map, we can't see everybody's picture. That's the downside.
Oh, yeah.
So that's okay because we want the map up because it really helps the viewers to see where we are.
Rename,
Well, as I
change.
said, welcome to Nycos, and those of you in my cast will be introducing themselves here in a minute, and we got to figure out a way to do that always so that I don't have to keep specifically announcing who's going next because that's me giving away your names before you get to give away your names. So I need to just uh, silence myself and
I'm
let you guys talk.
alabaster not.
There you go. Hang on a second, I'll be right
And
back.
there's nothing wrong with me. I hope. Wait, do I hope? Is there something wrong with me? Don't answer that.
Oh, no.
Anyways, Tiara, you go say hello.
I'm PR Sunfire, an Azamar, Divine Soul Sorcerer, and I've been a cleric. And other than that, I'm curled up in a ball in our camp because we're off exploring this hunk of land we were given by the Permakian.
Oi, this X of land.
It's
Huge
X.
X of land.
For anybody who doesn't understand Alabaster, it's Hex
Oi,
of
they
land.
understand me fine. Who are you talking to? It's our X of land.
It's our X of land. Okay. Right now, there seems to be Alabaster and myself in camp, and we're
yep,
oh, and
everybody's
Fishy
here.
Cat and Fishy Cat.
Oi, you fish. Say hello.
Hello,
That was useful, Stephen. Character name class race. You know the drill.
I am alabaster. Not. I'm sorry.
You can't do the accent. That's pretty funny.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Hello, Governor. That's the best I could do.
Okay,
Very good.
your name, rank,
It's
serial
Fishy
okay.
number.
cat,
It's okay.
cleric, and a fish. A fish
Oi.
out of the water, you could say.
And I figured out what's been tripping the stupid breaker on my air conditioning. Dave,
What?
whenever he leaves the gate, the gate's on a power system. It's sitting right here next to mine, and it runs on the same line. So when he opens that gate, it throws the power and trips my breaker.
Woo! You
Lead
found it.
by.
Oh, we traded Birdie for a bird.
Yes, traded a lizard for a bird.
He ate him.
Introduce yourself, bird. Yeah, the bird ate the lizard. That's horrible.
um, Hi, I'm Jakara Ravenpaw. I am a level 1 lawful neutral
Don't worry about the alignment.
druid.
Don't ever. That's a quick little rule for you. Don't ever come to the table with an alignment, because it's not what you think you're playing; it's what I think you're playing that matters. And
Okay.
if you play something that's evil, I will. You will know how I feel about that. So you play the character as you want to play him, and then I'll biff you in the right direction if I need to. Alignment is
Anyways, I'm Jakara Ravenpaw. I'm a level 1 druid and a crow section person.
There we go. Thank you, crow section. Yes, I just dawned on me, Travis, the way to say this. You guys choose your veil. I choose your alignment. How's that? You play the character to one of the veils, to the philosophy that you want to hold from among the veil choices, and I'll adjudicate what that alignment is.
That works.
Mr. Game Master.
Yes, sir.
It looks like there's something wrong with Tiara.
Oh yeah, there's something wrong with Tiara.
Aye.
What's wrong with Tiara? Is she muted?
She's not from anywheres away from here.
Oh, there is that, isn't there? Yes.
Oh my God!
Today will be the day, won't it?
It will be.
Today will be the day. Yay!
This is the day which the Lord hath made.
That's a different version of it. I've heard.
Let us rejoice
And be
and
glad in
if
it.
some be glad in it.
Yep. We know the same. No, same lyrics, different melodies.
In that case, my character is going to be the Veil of Truth.
Okay, Indigo Veil.
Indigo.
Yes.
Purple is what?
Purple is time.
Time to change everything for fun.
If
That's
I
yellow.
could change time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do.
Oi, so what's going on?
I'm making the picture big enough so I can see it, and making sure that it doesn't change the stream's perception.
Does anyone else find it funnily ironic that the White Veil is the one creating the map?
I do. The irony was not lost on me.
Okay, just making sure.
I think it's totally appropriate. There's nothing that pleases me more.
Ha 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 ha.
All right, here we go.
How did the northern border get so waffly?
Because we haven't really described what it's like. It's just continuation of the plains, and so in order to maintain the hex shape, we just left it as a hex, and we haven't filled all of that out yet. We weren't necessarily going to, because we're only mapping the specifics of the hex.
Why it's waffly is because I hand drew it.
Oh.
With a mouse.
Yes.
A mouth.
Yes.
Okay.
So that means that we're headed directly into the fire swamp. Is what you're saying? No, not into the fire swamp.
No, that's east. We're going kind of west.
Okay.
We see the tower and the trees.
Yeah, and there should be some light rolling hills between here and there, because you can only see part of the tower.
Okay. Light rolling hills, please, Travis.
Yes.
He's scanning on it. I can see it moving. I wasn't gonna. Yeah, you don't have to.
Light rolling hills.
Light rolling hills.
Did you make a barrow or something?
He made a mount. He made a really spiky mountain.
Rolling hills.
Yeah, that's good.
Make it a little more natural.
Sure.
There you
go. Good job. All right. So
I see a path through.
Yep. So go ahead and draw the path through, because that's going to be the.
Right, right. Almost just a little bit south of our camp, and right through here, there's a nice path through.
He's showing the path that the Canaanites took.
Hello.
There you go.
Go somewhere. Go somewhere.
You funny guy.
A really nice, easy path is just a little bit up and down. Now go through the mountains, not around them.
Okay,
Not
okay, Tiara, we're going over this way now. Okay,
She's
here
going
we
the
go.
long way.
Wait.
I see the camp
give me-
again. Why are we going this way? Well, better go back. There's the tower. Wait, I can't see it no more. Where are we?
Down a little lower, you'll see.
Oh
it
no.
way.
Oh, wait. Let's get up on top of this hill. Ah, there we go.
I think we left our things.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, you have to go back and get all
Better
the
go
stuff.
back. Oh, there we go. Okay, did everyone pack up their shite now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get going.
Okay.
I have
Bye,
a-
ogre or troll thing.
There
Bye.
we go.
I'm driving a wagon because I have a pavilion and it's in the back of the cart.
Whoa. We can't go through the bumps then. We have to literally go through them.
The smooth way. That's what she was aiming at.
Yeah. So,
That's
I
what she
was
was
saying-
aiming. She
Hey,
goes,
do you see any smooth ways? They're
I
covered with
did
dots.
see
That
a
means we
very
went there.
nice, smooth way where there was no base of a mountain or top of a mountain.
Well, you should have said something.
That-
I did.
Oh, nice. She's got. We're giving her a southern accent. Matter of fact, she's in the middle of saying that, and all of a sudden her voice changes. I did. That
You
means
what?
that means that the Azamar are all from Texas, because
No.
to Texans.
Y'all come from the south?
You tell Texans there's heaven, so Texas is heaven to Texans. So
Right, oh.
And I'll now describe her complexion as peaches and cream.
that's right. That's
Was
right.
there a big explosion in the sky?
yeah, what
No.
happened to that?
No,
No,
no. Actually, it was just that you wake up and she's giving directions on how we're going to tear down the pavilion and get it packed away. And all of a sudden, she starts to draw out her vowels a bit. And
Oh no, I'm not going to do southern.
why not? You would do so good as the Southern Belle.
No.
Y'all just come over here and scratch my back.
Oh, I can't do that.
Scratch your
I
back,
can't
you
do that
scratch
to
my back.
myself.
Why not?
Cause
Because
Yeah.
you're from Alaska, so we go Canadian instead. Eh?
no.
You have to
Okay.
say, you have to say a boot.
Okay, you gotta calm down with the.
Anyway, she. It
Well,
snowed
We
overnight.
don't have a
It
snow
snowed.
mine.
It snowed overnight.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, hey, we got close to hell freezing over there, so. But yeah, you wake up in the morning and you're normally you do your dawn rituals to try to get a hold of Nadroma and all of that. And when you wake up in the morning, it's like you don't even have that compulsion. Matter of fact, you can't. You remember a beautiful place, but you don't remember where that place was. It's
So I have no.
you have a remembrance of coming on a mission to help you to come and help, but you honestly the issue is that there is no Elysium in your mindset. There's no wrong word. No.
word-
Celestia is not. Celestia is now a place on. What's the song go? We've made heaven a place on earth.
Something like that.
Okay, so she's driving the wagon.
Yeah, well, that was it's easy to accept.
Anticlimactic.
Very.
Well, she was a good person anyway, so it wasn't like she was going to be.
Not like she forgot it. Just the name has slipped her mind.
So then, actually, that's very accurate. How she acted on.
Mhm.
Just slipped her mind.
As you pass through the hillside into the open fields before the tower, you'll notice that the tower has the ground between here and there looks like there might have been trenches and embattlements from a long ago war between
Hmm.
the east and the west of this area. So for about a quarter mile around the outside of the
Oops.
tower is a yeah, there you go. Just rotate that around.
Give me a second. I gotta fix it. Continue. I'll
Yeah,
catch up.
but the embattlements, it does look like trenches and stuff like that, but it's really odd because the trenches aren't very deep. They're only like 5 foot, 4.5 to 5 foot deep, which wouldn't be deep enough to walk along. So it's not like World War
Uh,
One embattlements, but it looks more like maybe an interspecies war between some short race and the tower.
Well, if it was only a quarter mile from the tower, you're drawing them entirely too far out because
No,
you're
I mean,
drawing them 3.5 miles out.
I'm the one drawing the map.
and it's always going to be overscaled anyway because you're drawing it for to be able to recognize what it is, even though that, like for example, that tower is not 4 miles high.
No? Oh,
No, but you'd still draw it on a larger
If
scale.
I was drawing it to scale, it'd be like this big.
Yes, right.
You want it to be that big? I can do it that big.
No, of course not.
I'll just do multiples.
That's fine.
You hear in the wind. Prepare the battlements.
Hang on
I'm
a
joking.
second.
Mm, 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 mm.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Our lives are full, and we'll try best as we can.
Surmise.
Carry on. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'm sailing away. It's the open door to the virgin sea. To climb aboard, to search for adventure on every shore, and we'll try best
It's a very
as
beautiful singing
we
voice.
can.
yes, he does, but he does it professionally.
I think. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mm.
Sorry about that.
He's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. So, anyway, the stuff, the breakage of the ground and stuff has decayed over time, so it's not as sharp and defined as it would be if it was still in use. But it does look like somebody tried to basically lay siege to the tower at some point in the past.
How does the tower look? Like, does it look like there's holes and?
Well, the tower is looks like it was probably originally like a stronghold. It's got a low outer wall, a curtain wall of about 25 feet in height. Uh, it has it looks like an earth berm basically. So they
Oh,
basically built a wall and then piled dirt against it to keep it from being damageable by catapults and such by having all this extra powdered dirt packed against the sides. It would also have made it much cooler inside and arguably more damp as the surface water would have drained along the wall inside. The tower structure itself is of great granite blocks set tightly against one another. There appears to be some form of mortise in places. In other places, there doesn't seem to be any mortar at all holding it together. So it's like the stones were set on top of each other, and then they pushed mud and kind of a caulk, if you will, along the seams of the rocks instead of actually pouring it over like you would if you were building a brick wall. Of course, the stones look massive, so whatever it was made out of, with each of the stones themselves probably were better than a ton apiece.
Good solid
Yeah,
stone.
solid construction. It's round and low. Even though it's a tower, it's only about 4 stories tall, which is still considerable given the distance across. And it is built on a raised place. There are some rudimentary entrenchments dug around it, but they are in no stretch a moat. It's simply they built terraces so that you could defend the tower in advance of a final assault by put your archers behind the berms, if you will.
Okay.
The front gates are standing open and cracked. The large beams of wooden portcullis lean against the back, lean backward into the darkness. They're covered with moss and lichen, suggesting that they've been down for a goodly long period of time. But the pathway through the gateway looks well traveled. The mud there has been packed down by many dozens of feet, maybe even hundreds of feet that have passed in and out through this gate. The ground is very lush. The closer you get into the castle, the greener the soil becomes as the it has that peat bog kind of appearance, that really deep, rich green, and the smell of growing things is intense. Like there was a lot of fertilizer at one point in this place.
Might be a good area to run herds.
Well, you happen to mention that as you got up to the gateway, and you see about a third of the way up on the broken down portcullis is a disemboweled sheep. Its fur is bloody and torn, and the entrails and the head are in particular removed. But the beast is splayed open, and as you approach, you can see uh, 6 to 10 inch long rats crawling all over it.
Oi, well, that's disgusting.
interesting. Yes, you're right. This would be a great place for herbs and.
Herbs.
Yep.
Herbs instead of herds. He's changing the focus.
Um, is there any creatures other than like big creatures nearby?
That's an interesting thing. Looking down at the footprints, we don't have our tracker anymore, so let's just roll some perception checks here. Maybe our
Okay.
new maybe our new crow friend can recognize the species. Do you have
They
any yeah? Do you have any nature skills? What's your
they left the chat for some reason.
oh, okay.
Um,
Hmm. Well,
So, do you have nature or survival?
Um. mm,
No. Well, that's a track, all right. I don't know what it is, but it's a track.
Yeah, it's a really big
Hey,
track.
that's a huge track
Yeah, it's
on the land.
it's about nine. Yes, many tracks of land. Yes. Um,
I got
some
a 12.
12. Yeah, they're big tracks. They're big tracks. They don't look like human tracks by any stretch. They've got that same kind of three-toed claw-like shape that you saw over by the troll swamp.
Oh dear. Think that's the troll again.
They're
I,
Why?
they're a little bit different. There's less fur, I guess, because remember when it stepped down, it had that furry kind of thing that brushed away the grasses around it. In this case, it doesn't. More reptilian looking. If Birdie was here, he could tell you, but he's not
Dang it,
here.
Birdie.
He's not here.
Bertie! Thank.
Um, is it a? Do you think it's a monster or a subspecies? A sub,
Oh, he's
subrace?
probably a monster prepared to eat us.
Does anybody have some
Tiara,
poisons?
Tiara.
yes,
Despite the horridness of that uh, image of that animal, uh, you see a glow of light coming from one of the upper windows, and you see something that reminds you of your family.
Uh,
there's light up in that window, and
Do you remember the story that you originally told me about Tiara's background with the elf family and all of that?
yep,
That's what's kicking in.
okay,
So that is the history that you wanted, and I deprived you of that with the whole Nadroma story. So now that supplants this, because I was trying to come up with the story for the other, and you're not from the other anymore, right?
right.
Therefore, your deeper memories are the ones that came into application. So
All right. Well, I discarded it when you said I had to be from somewhere else. Okay.
right. I'm just saying they so
Uh,
you search.
so it's like this is familiar.
Yes.
She stops for a moment and she really looks at it. And she looks around, you know.
Okay. So in looking
It's a,
around in the archway above the broken down portcullis, you see an image of Nimbus, but it's rising from a ring of flames.
that doesn't seem to ring a bell.
Look at your
But
character's name, sweetheart.
oh, Sunfire.
ha.
I. She looks at it. I seem to recognize this place and that symbol. So she hates the guts hanging out of the sheets and without a head, but she does start to move in. She drives the wagon through.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa.
you might want to leave that wagon out here.
Yeah.
No
Wait.
use in a horse dying when the monster comes out.
Tell us what
Just
you're doing too.
right. Also, you didn't drive the wagon into the swamp. You got into the swamp and decided.
Oh no, no, no. Oh well,
So
we didn't go in the swamp, but I mean, I had the wagon for the pavilion, so I had to drive it here.
right. No, I get that, but you wouldn't drive it into the castle itself yet. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Their
oh
their their point about hold off, don't take it inside is just a wise move because you don't want it to get caught or trapped if there's something bad in there.
Oh, leave it tethered by that broken down wall out there. See the
okay.
one that
She
my
takes
friend
it out of
kindly
the
had
shaft.
written on the map.
She takes it out of the shaft. We undo does it, fastens it. Yeah, halters on it.
Okay.
Fastens the rope actually to the wagon, but like with a weight.
Okay.
Wagons have brakes, you know.
Yeah, I understand. So she can fasten it to the wagon.
Okay.
Do I get any bird?
So
And
The outer.
Chikara, you're back. Chikara?
Yes.
Yeah, we wondered what happened with
Yes.
Chikara. So there was a.
My internet went out.
Yeah, that's okay.
that's it.
Uh, if you have nature or survival, you can make a check because they found some tracks on the ground, and they're hoping somebody can identify them. None of them could. Wow, we have a robot for a bird.
Legion.
Maybe that's my fault. Let me see if my internet can get
Not
improved.
yours.
No, it's not your fault.
Okay,
Not yours. Don't touch it.
don't touch nothing.
Yeah, because none of us are experiencing anything negative.
Wait, that's not okay.
Anyway,
Anyways,
I didn't hear what Chikara said, so
I didn't either.
okay.
roll the dice.
It says the wrong check.
Natural 20.
BP to Fishy Cat for that. One more time, Chikara.
How about typing it in chat? We can't hear you. Your voice is coming through like
You know, there is a number that they can call in and audibly be here on their telephone.
There is.
Would have to look that up what that number is though.
Yes.
It's right there on the
Should be on the
display.
chat. Should be on the chat display.
Yeah. Let's call it.
Anyway, so the tracks are yet indecipherable. The gateway is standing open. There was something in the window on the third floor.
Okay.
What is the process of entering this place?
Alabaster goes first. I'm second.
Oh, righto, miss. Let me just do that while I go ahead first on your command.
Make sure you're doing this.
she's just offering a recommendation. After you, she says.
I have a
Righto,
recommendation
well, I'm
too.
scared of nothing.
Well, also you're the most sneakiest, so you should sneak into the fortress.
Yes, and if there are
A
ghosts,
cat-like tread upon my razor heel. And I lunge leap through the door.
through the portcullis into the central courtyard. Okay, so the central courtyard around the tower structure itself is. It looks like it was at one time possibly a marketplace, or at least it's a shambles now. Aha! 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 Because what you call a market is a shambles. The torn and now long faded tapestries and canvas that hold the place together are pretty worn and torn. There are bodies, skeletal remains, if you will, still partially in their clothing as the clothes have decayed over time, laying about as if something finally broke through and like tore the place apart.
Lovely.
The central main gate to the core of the fortress is still standing, although it shows signs of considerable amounts of damage where it looks like somebody took a ram to it and tried to knock it down. It's cracked and splintered. But you can also see that there must have been work on the inside to repair it, because you can see places where boards and nails are sticking through from the other side.
Okay.
The
They must battle.
the left and right sides of the courtyard, along the interior of the outer wall, are where the shambles and I guess you call them cubicles, but not really. The interior trading places along the interior wall.
Okay.
The central towers, in addition to still being exigent and whatever, also shows signs of somebody trying to repair the outside of it with plaster and such, even though it doesn't even match in consistency. So it's like a second group may have tried to move in here after the first
Okay.
owners of it moved away. The way you're placing those, and as they turn, feels very Monty Python like. Oh, here comes the wall. Do, 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 walking into place.
Oh.
If a giant foot comes in, I would not be surprised to see a giant foot come smashing in. That the toes. Oh dear. There also appears to be some relatively fresh or newer looking linens hanging from a thin line atop the central tower. So, like banners floating in the sky. They don't have much in the way of markings, but they are brilliant yellow in color.
She wants to call out, but she just kind of doesn't because she's beginning to wonder if it's really she's remembering something. It just the two different things just kind of hit her.
Mm-hmm. You hear Tiara, you hear a peal of laughter, and actually, let me reverse that. You hear a cry, like a cry of surprise, and then laughter, and the sound of footprints, sound of feet running along the outside of that tower.
Yeah.
Okay. She really is looking hard to see if she can. Um,
Just a second. Uh, uh, Bellatrix.
Yeah.
There's a number that you can call that will let you auditorily be here without needing to use the internet if your internet's going out.
Okay.
But you're back right now, fairly clear. So
Yeah.
the question was, did you have nature or survival as a skill?
Survival.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a check against that. DC was 15.
Very cool. Give me 1 second. Let me pull my dice up.
Yeah, you're nice and clear now. So
Cool. I got 19 plus 3. That'd be 22.
all right. So yes, these are the footprints of something known as Groth, a lizard-like species, but irascible of temper and pretty greedy. They're hoarders of a sort. They like to steal stuff and keep it around, even though it doesn't necessarily have any real value to them.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell the rest of the group that.
Yep.
What
all right.
else do you say?
Message to the rest
I've
of the
never
group.
heard of them.
Yeah, are they section or
Uh,
are
They
or
they predate the section.
they're a separate race?
Yes.
Look at this. We have subjects.
Not you.
What do you mean, not
Us.
me?
He said we. He said we.
Ah,
We.
We have subjects. Was energetic about it.
Kind of subjects have those kind of feet? That's what I'm asking.
Well, Birdie is.
Subjects that might want to make you the predicate.
Exactly.
Oh.
I want nothing over that. To do with that. To do with it.
To do with it.
Well, then we're gonna have to kick them out of their land, and that's like
Sounds like a
we're gonna
plan.
go
Let's
through
go.
the courts with that.
Yeah, and then he runs towards
No.
whatever the direction the feet were pointed at.
But the sound of the footprint, the sound of the
Yep.
footfalls were around the north side of the tower. Um, it was uncharacteristically childlike in its
Evil.
sound. That was actually a
Sorry.
pretty good build, but you decided to take it all back down.
Oh,
It wasn't bad. It wasn't
well,
that
it
bad.
doesn't look anything like what this looks like.
Sort of does. You could do a pretty good job. The outer walls, there'd be more shambles. Take that little orange pavilion thing and put a row of them along that wall. There would be others you wouldn't be able to see inside of the wall on the front edge. You're showing the wall as being a little bit more broken down than it really is, but that's okay. You can fill that in with just dirt. Abrade the land somewhat.
I brave the
She's
land.
moving towards where the footsteps are coming. I mean,
Okay,
like,
yeah, I know you're going. The sound was the footfalls were running away from you.
oh,
So that was a childlike sound, and then a childlike cry and peal of laughter, and the sound of footfalls. Like somebody saw you, was surprised, and is gaily laughing as they run away.
oh.
Well, that's
Then
gonna
she
be
kind of stops since she can identify that they were running
real.
away from her.
Okay.
What's wrong, Tiara? I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. I mean, you certainly heard the 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 sound and then the laughter, didn't you?
They
What
did.
laughter?
Talking about.
There was somebody that made kind of a sound of surprise, and then they laughed, and it was almost childlike.
It's
And
a raid.
but
Close
no,
the gates.
It
and
is the
then
spirits of the world.
no, and then the footsteps started running away.
Should we forward?
Spirits, ghosts.
Uh,
Not a ghost. It's just somebody's ear. You twits.
how do you know that?
When you go around the
Common
corner,
sense.
Look at the laundry up on the roof, or I don't know, it's bright yellow.
yeah, bright yellow linen. Just, and in terms of the,
Now that's a pretty tower.
yeah, that is a really pretty tower. It's the same tower, just colored with yellow. That's looks mechanically like the same one that you used for the original tower,
Hmm.
but it's hiding behind the wall. That's funny.
Stop it.
No, it wants to put it behind it.
How can I?
Put your butt in the past. No, put your past behind you. When you go around the corner, the footfalls don't match the tracks. The tracks are again the gold.
They're, these are more pitter patter.
You heard pitter patter, but what you see is clomp, clomp, clomp.
I don't think whatever it is one of these that made this big footprint.
Looks a bit
It's
special.
much lighter.
No,
I'm
the sound was much lighter. The actual
yeah,
footprints are exactly the same.
okay. There's something that's much lighter. What I heard.
I would think that if it was a much lighter and all, and there's no footprints to match that and all, that it could be some form
How'd you do that? You
of
got
a
inside.
spirit.
Yay! You got the tower
Well,
inside finally.
it's somewhat inside, yeah.
Mostly.
Damn it. Damn it.
Come on, you got this.
Okay,
There.
so
Hey there,
are you
like,
going to follow the footprints or investigate the house more or look at the
uh,
interior walls? What do you guys want to do? You got
I
a lot
wanted
of
to go to
exploration to
the
do.
tower where I saw the light.
Right, the tower is the central building, and like I said, the main gate appears to be embattled but still holding.
Ugh.
Hmm. Okay,
You could
so
circle the tower and
what?
try to find another entrance, or you could scale the wall to try to get
Yeah, what she's thinking is that the tower is still secure, even though the actual grounds of this castle are not, because these other creatures are coming in and out apparently with impunity.
Hmm.
So that's what she'd
Bigger?
like to do is how about we circle around and see if we can find another way into the main part? Because
Okay.
apparently anything that we might want to find of the original occupants might be in that main tower since the doors are still secure, repaired but secure. What do you?
If we meet the lizard people, are we gonna give them 12-week notice, or are we gonna?
He's already trying to figure out how to evict them.
Well, there's one of two things: they live in the land peacefully, causing no problems, or they're out. Now,
Mm,
I don't think we can enforce it. Not the three of us.
We could.
Well, okay, we could probably put the fear of, and all of a sudden she stopped. The fear of,
angels upon this world. Sorry.
Fire. Fear of nothing. No, wait, that doesn't work. Wait, yes it does. We'll put the
yes, it
fear of
does.
nothing in them.
She agrees with you. Yes, it does.
Yeah, they fear nothing.
Wait, are we coming in here like thieves in the night, or should we announce ourselves? We are the rightful lords and ladies of this castle, right?
Right?
Well, yeah, okay.
Hello there. Who's here?
Up at the
Use your
top,
voice.
up at the top, you see a small helmet come and you really can't see the person's face because they're so far up, looking down at you, and a little voice says, "Hello, who are you?"
Yeah. Please, John, no.
We are the lords of this land.
And lady.
No, yes, actually, lords as a title applies to women back then too. So
Okay.
you're fine. Lady was actually somebody who was subject to the lords. So you, as a landholder, are a lord. That's how we got the words husband and wife. By the way, husband is a term for the landowner. Wife is a term for the chattel that belonged to them. And yes, there were husbands that were women and wives that were men back those days.
I
Well,
don't mind
it's
that.
a lordship, so
Right.
either way.
Actually, we're the princes of this
Yes,
land.
that exactly the same thing. Lords and princes are synonymous historically.
Okay.
Voice says, "I don't know you. Why are you here?"
To claim what is ours. Do you see these crowns upon our heads?
"Oh, they're very nice."
We're coming up there. If you don't
Um,
want to come out and say hello.
"Oh, you do not frighten us. Now go away, or I will taunt you."
How many of you are there?
"We are enough, for we are many. Now go away."
I, I say open this gate.
wait a
Sorry.
moment. The Tamarkian gave us this area to hold, and we have been
"Who are the
investing
tower marks? We do not know them."
the
You are squatters.
"I am
Oh,
not a squatter. I am a prince of the Grow, and he climbs up onto the wall. Now he's not very tall, maybe 5 feet tall, but he leans back really far and pulls his trousers down, displaying his moon to you.
all right, I'll do
What?
you for that.
Pulls them back up.
I'm throwing my axe.
Okay, so it's more than 30 feet up, so you're going to be attacking with disadvantage. Go ahead and roll twice, taking the worst of the two.
wait,
Have
what?
it good for me.
Wait, we don't want to attack.
He just did. He threw an axe.
What? Look
Honey,
at
babe.
who.
I would have like had us all try to budge the doors, been like prime
Okay,
open
I
and
can
all.
see. Yes, I can see
Then
the
it's
crow.
that.
The crow is slamming his bird-like body into the door.
Yeah.
It's not moving. It's not
Mhm.
budging at all. As a matter of fact, it's really funny to see
Uh,
a budgie trying to budge a wall. Since birds
budget,
have
budget,
such
budget.
feather-like bone structure, he probably is bouncing off of it and cringing from the cracking of the sound of his ribs breaking.
Alabaster's gonna go to the semi-broken wall, the
Uh-huh.
semi-broken door,
Uh-huh.
and cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Uh,
no!
where's my 20 at? Well, all right.
Um,
Travis, I need to roll.
so what
And
did you roll on the two rolls, Steven?
I know I'm saying I don't. I can't find my D20.
Well,
I'll roll.
you're on a computer, so or a phone, so you should be able to get to it.
Got a 15.
And an 8, 9.
Okay, so it misses. The axe bounces off the wall and falls down.
Babe, come back to me.
Oh no,
Anyway.
it does because that's what it does, and comes flying back to you. And make a dex save to catch it.
You
This is your
better make
first
sure
time.
that that's what it does, anyways, because I remember it wreathed in blue flame too. You remember what it does, right?
Yeah, it hurts anomalies, and it adds a +1.
Would you guys Fishy Cat, would you leave off throwing things at people?
Well,
Well, can he lay off at giving me the moon
just as you say that, you are pelted with ducks, chickens,
and
small
cows?
breads, puddings, falling from above.
Hurry up! I know what's coming next.
May we speak to your leader?
I thunder waved the door, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You thunder wave the door. There's a rumble of thunder when it strikes. Dust and crumbles of rock fall to the ground, but it doesn't seem to have budged the door much. It might have moved, a quarter of an inch, but it's recessed back into the space. So
I want it to do a save because it's got a. It takes 2d8 thunder damage. That's a lot of damage for a door, and
actually, it's 2d8 of physical damage is only less than one structural point, and a facility that's built for fortress structure can't be knocked down by less than a significant amount of damage. So no, it does, like I said, crumble some dust. It would hurt somebody in front of the door, but it wouldn't hurt the door itself.
I have an idea. What if we
okay, can you
build
explain the door better then?
Wait a moment.
Stop.
Build
Can
nothing.
you explain the door better then, please?
Yes, it's like a castle gate more than a door. It's broad, maybe 20 feet across. Um, if it's hinged at all, it must be hinged at the top. There doesn't appear to be any sign of hinges per se, and
I thought we already went in past the portcullis in the front.
that's inside the gate of the outer wall. I'm talking about the stronghold in the center. In the drawing that you've drawn, we're talking about the doors of the gold part, is where you're trying to break in. The main portcullises were knocked down. You were correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you're inside the courtyard.
We're up to the main tower.
Right. Base of the stronghold itself.
Please, is there someone we can speak to?
Well, you're being pelted with stuff, so you're
Run
basically
away!
dodging falling stuff at this point.
Yeah, find my D20.
Yes, that was the appropriate response as Fishy Cat goes scurrying away from the. It's not really carnage because they're really not hurting you too much. It's more the ignominy of having chamber pots and rotten cabbages and tomatoes.
So we're gonna run off into the woods and we're gonna start making sawing noises.
No.
You don't have to follow it exactly, but I was.
No, I just put up a shield and
That's gross.
let the stuff bounce off.
No. That's gross.
How to get into a portcullis?
It's like
A draw. It's more like a castle gate, not a. I mean, a castle. Yeah, the door of a castle, like the drawbridge, kind of thing.
This is if it isn't hinged, and it lowers at the top,
Right.
then it's a portcullis. Portcullis is any defense on a doorway that is extended or lowered by chain or rope.
But it's okay. The worst thing about this is I can't describe it visually, so I'll try to physically show you. Instead of it opening this way, It
Mhm.
opens this way. There's no sign of the hinge because the hinge is across the top of the door, which is secured by the the fascia of the castle wall above it.
Yeah, still portcullis.
But it swings instead of lifting.
Yep.
Okay.
Like in Princess Mononoke. Remember
Yeah,
the big, huge trunk door that he has to push open that
right, right,
lifts upwards?
right.
Yeah.
It's so hot outside. My air conditioner is dying anyway. So this is. I'm gonna get warm here quickly. So I gotta get. Sorry for me jumping up and down all the time. That's what I've been trying to do is try to keep the damn thing going.
No worries.
Understood. Um, she calls out again. She says, "I'd like to
I have
speak
an
to
idea.
someone
Someone build
in
a.
charge of this
Okay.
hour."
So for clarification, Fishy Cat has run away. You're standing with your shield against the front of the castle, trying to get in the door. Right beside you is Alabaster, who's blasted it with a bolt of sonic attack. Um, where
Oh, where did I put you at?
what is Chikara doing?
I'm just gonna try to use my Thunder Wave spell to try to see if I can blast it open after continuously trying to
That-
best
That's
down my
exactly-
third
that's
body.
That's
exactly-
exactly what I just did.
That's right.
Oh, there you go.
So a second blast will again clatter some dust down. The door will give maybe a total of an inch because now you've done one structural point between the two of you.
Oh.
Would you guys just Alabaster battering down the place to talk to the people is not going to put us in good stead.
They're not talking to us. They're attacking us. Stop being a twit.
They shout down, "We are done to attack you. You threw an axe at us."
No, you did not. You didn't even notice that.
Wait, can I use my charm person?
Oh, come on,
to
Alabaster.
person up there?
Come
Can I
on.
really-
It flew up in the air,
No,
it clatters against the darn building, and then falls back down. We don't notice it. Apologies
Well,
for the axe.
Will I use charm person though, or is that too far away?
Right now-
for charm person, you have to be able to see the individual. It's
Yeah.
a personality kind of thing, and charm would work if you were face to face, but you're not.
Oh, okay.
Now, no more aggressive actions at this time.
Even as you're
Again.
being pelted by cabbages and tomatoes.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they're throwing all their food away, so fine. They'll run out soon enough, or they'll realize they've thrown all their food down here.
Don't assume anything.
Very well. Alabaster's gonna walk her way to the side because he knows what's coming next.
Yes, as you're pulling away, you hear the cranking inside of the tightening of a rope, like somebody's cranking a windlass someplace.
Okay.
I said run.
Right? Yeah, Fishy
does-
Cat's running away, and as you make it to the outer wall, over the top of the wall comes a full-size cow and smashes into the ground beside Fishy Cat.
Hey, dinner.
Yeah, it makes the scene of the single torn up sheep seem small potatoes in comparison, because this
Well,
is
that
a
explains that.
completely pulverized cow.
I'm gonna go to the forest. Then make a giant.
Yes, I know. We're
Chicken?
not doing the whole thing. I just was.
I'm just making a joke.
I know. But the only person in the room that isn't getting it is the person that hasn't seen the scene. So, bless her heart.
That's what I ran.
Damn it, air conditioner.
Yeah.
What is the door made of?
Wood. Metal bands, top and bottom. Hold it together. The place where it's broken is about midsection, where they were slamming into it with a battering ram, just trying to knock it down. That is where the wood seems to be most compromised, and that's where all the hammering and tacking of nails on the other side. You can actually see that your your thunder waves have knocked a couple of the nails free and pushed the inside repair work away a little bit. So you were significantly affecting it
Where did the cow come from? Up above?
inside the castle, inside the yeah, on top of the stronghold.
How in the heck did they get a cow up in the tower to throw it off?
They use catapult. The spell catapult.
No, that's not. That's how they threw it at you. How did they get it up there?
Well, if it's a castle,
Levitation?
just a second. If the front of the building is a castle gate wall, it more than likely has a secondary interior courtyard.
Oh, you say it's about 30 feet high?
Yeah,
No, you said it was 60 feet.
yeah. I'm sorry, 60 feet
I have what? How many minutes of flying now?
high. I don't know. More than enough.
In radiant form,
Well,
anyway,
more than enough.
because I don't have wings yet. Okay. She'll go up to clear the wall. She'll turn into radiant form.
Okay, so when you get up when you fly up to the wall, you see a half dozen individuals. The helmets are actually look like they have. It's almost like they're using the helmet as their full armor. The eye slits go almost all the way to the top of the helmet, and you see a couple of beady eyes from inside of that. But there don't appear to be any legs or torsos under which they operate. You see tiny pair of boots sticking out from underneath the top of the bottom of the helmets.
Okay, she stops high enough up so she can call to them. You know, I'm really sorry about the axe, but I still
Random
need.
acts of violence should never be tolerated, they say.
How do you do? I'd like to introduce myself.
Are you random acts?
No.
No, my name is Tara Sunfire.
Oh, a sunfire! A sunfire! Whisper, whisper, whisper. Tell me, sunfire, are you a queen?
A princess.
Now you're a queen.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. And as a queen, as a princess, are you the marrying kind?
Oh God.
I think most queens who are women are, and I can't think of any other way, they are not women. Uh,
You,
Somewhere along the lines of their life, marry.
you hear them giggle a little bit. You'd never heard of a queen who wasn't a woman?
No, I haven't heard of a queen who is not a woman. Well, in the sense of not necessarily human, I mean female. Queens are usually female, aren't they?
Oi, that's right.
Thank you, Alabaster. Now,
Open the door now.
can we talk civilly without throwing all your food out here at us?
As long as somebody doesn't cause random acts of violence.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
Mm,
They
Brad,
need no random acts of violence committed upon them.
Oi, no random axes.
and you guarantee you're not with the grow.
Oh heavens no, you mean those big ugly footprints outside?
We defeated them.
You didn't defeat them. They saw the footprints this morning. They have
Oi,
not
that's
been.
why we got these crowns.
Oh, well, when was the last time you saw them?
Whisper, 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 whisper. Uh, yesterday. Yeah, that's it. Yesterday.
Liar.
Well, if you did, it's only a renegade band.
The visuals of this. She's standing on the edge, her wings tenuous because she doesn't know how long they're going to last. Down below, giving all the assistive commentary he can is Alabaster at the bottom of the wall.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
back behind a dead cow, Fishy Cat's looking up.
Taking cover. Where, by the way, is Chikara.
Chikara's down beside.
I'm just thinking of her like pecking at all the food they dropped
Oh
over
right,
us.
he's going through the food particles to see if there's any good parts left. He is
Yeah,
a he
cabbage should survive the fall.
no, yeah, but they would be throwing their rotten cabbage. But the thing is that he's a crow, and so they're not so discriminating on what they eat. So
No, they aren't.
more than likely, he's finding the good bits and munching down on it. Good stuff. Thanks, guys. I wanted lunch anyway.
Anyway, there was the Tamakian help with others.
I don't know
help
this Tiamat you keep speaking of.
the bull people.
Just settle down. Settle down. We have to finish this now. Please, descend back to your friends, and I'll do what I can to get the gate open.
All right, I'll do that.
After
By
a while,
the way,
you hear
what's your name?
I am Cap. They call me
Cap?
Aye.
You're the captain?
No.
Oh.
No. If you notice over there is see, I'm not going to get any of these right now. Now that my brain just went, I'm not going to remember any of them. Over there, that's the fireman, and that one over there's, and they're all hats. They were just hats with feet under them. There's beings that live inside of them, but they use hats kind of the way crabs use
hermit shells.
Yes.
Hermit crabs use
Right.
shells.
So,
okay.
yes. I'm the captain. I'm at the helm. Get it?
You're back fast. Yep, I do.
Hurry up!
Okay, she
Okay.
comes on back down. Let's back off. They're gonna try to
You're-
get this open.
You're supposed to come in inside the castle so you can open the door.
Well, I don't know if I could single-handedly.
You could hear the sound of an entire troop on the inside banging away with hammers and wrenching with crowbars. And after a little while, you could see all of the debris being taken down from the inside as they create the process for them to get the door open.
Alabaster.
When they finally do, you see a group of helmets marching in procession around the windlass. Their tops of their helmets straining against it because they're using their foreheads to push the windlasses to get the gate open.
Look at you won't believe what they look like. They all have huge hats over them. Or
Wait, that's very funny. Now stop telling them our old backstory.
Anyway,
that's
they've now got the gate open. Enter Queen Sunfire and Entourage.
Entourage.
well, we're
Alabaster walks in proudly.
Of course you do. You're nothing. You're nothing.
Wow.
Scared of nothing.
Yes. And
And
as
it's not here yet.
as you do, you hear the muffled clapping of a lot of hands inside of these helmets. So they're like pleased to have you with them.
Oh God.
When you get to the courtroom, there was actually a suit of armor on a throne. But when you first walk in, it's headless, and Cap scurries across the floor and with a bound leaps up into the neck holding position of the helmet and slowly turns around. So it's like the helmet screws on.
I see. That makes so much sense now.
it still doesn't, but
What?
she's
What do you mean
she
it
just-
doesn't?
just a moment. I still don't know what they are.
I've just become aware of a band of mermaids outside, so let's hurry this up.
Bad. He'd rather go deal with the mermaids. The ocean. He'd rather. Oh, is that what it is? You put us inside the ocean? Is that what we did? This is the ocean that you placed us in?
Yeah, he's got something there. A boat, a submarine. What
No,
is-
it's a rock with mermaids on it. That's what he's joking about.
Oh, go away with you. Well, if there was a
Well,
nice river, you could have sirens. You know, the Lorelei.
Lorelei, let's live together.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
I am Alabaster,
Yes.
prince of this land.
This land. Great. I am Cap. I am at the helm of the Brownie Brigade. All the little
Yeah.
helmets line up, and they might be saluting, but they'd be saluting inside of their helmets.
Well met, Brownie
Good.
Brigade and Cap.
Having defeated the Grolem, we are now the Prince Sovereigns of this land.
And we are the Bounty Brigade, representatives of Queen Titania and the Westerlands, the now in exile beings of the Fae.
Why are you in exile?
Somebody burned up our castle 3 times.
But the third one stood up?
No, we haven't built the fourth one yet.
Oh, okay.
So is this your castle? Or is this somebody else's castle from
It's our no, it's our castle.
well, it's our castle now, but who resided in this castle before you?
We don't know. We just took it when we were sent here to be emissaries to the coming nobility.
Well, well
Well,
met. But
We're the
wait,
nobility.
we
yeah.
are.
Excellent, excellent. Glad to hear it.
So you can be leaving now?
Of course not. We are
They're
emissaries.
Emissaries?
emissaries from the Fae?
Indeed. Queen Titania et al.
Do you have a doorway to the Fae?
You probably don't want to. Those are like fighting words. Please don't mention the gateways.
Well, I just want to make sure we don't have one here. That's all.
How'd you get here?
Oh, we traversed many long years long ago, and came to appropriate this location when the last of the Sunfire clan were driven out by the Groll.
Well, that's
Was there
okay.
this 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 was the home of the Sunfires?
Well, of course. Didn't you see the symbol on the front of the castle?
I wasn't sure. Um,
What did you say, Simbo?
yeah, didn't you see the symbol of Nimbus rising
Uh,
from
uh, yeah.
a
So,
circle of fire?
yes.
You didn't draw attention to it, so they probably may have seen it but didn't notice it.
Never told us the significance of it, Gene.
Right, you didn't.
And we never really cared.
That's
So
not
we
true.
didn't.
If you don't tell them what you see and what you
Oh,
experience,
I'm
sorry for
sorry.
doing that.
I just thought when
I know
described.
that's we all do that. It's okay.
Okay.
Just realize that
Um.
you need to. When I give something to one of you in specifics, I hope that you'll at least turn and say to the others, "Hey, do you see what I just saw?" Or whatever. You did it later with the call out about the sound of the
But
stars.
I see.
Exactly. So you're on the right track. You just didn't mention that one to them.
Well, I'm a Sunfire,
Why? When did
Uh,
that happen?
and this place. Well, part of it seems familiar to me,
Hmm.
but it's so far back.
Aye, that's good. Aye, it is your place, right?
It it was
Shush.
those who raised
Shush.
me.
Shut.
Okay,
It's
it
your
was.
place.
If
Yes.
if I'm the last living Sunfire, then yes.
Hooray! We found the Queen of the Sunfires! Yay!
Okay, now, like, everyone, you need to move to the next place so you
Not
can wait for their
necessarily. They can
kingdom.
stay on as subjects if they want to help us
They
fix
say
this
they're
place up.
emissaries, and emissaries.
Yes, yes. Bring forth the gifts. Bring forth the gifts. The gifts. The gifts. The gifts. And they go. Several of the helmets goes stomping away.
Scares me. I don't know why.
They'll be for all of us. I don't know what it is they have,
Yeah.
but
Okay. And out of the ear holes of the helmets, the little slits that are made so you can actually hear each other through a helmet, you see little tiny spindly arms, and they as they leave they grab a tiny spear from along the wall. It doesn't look like it could possibly hurt anything. It's maybe 12, 13 inches long and about as slender as a pencil.
What? What is it?
That's their spears.
brownies.
Okay.
Do I have any idea what brownies are? I've never
No.
met them. I don't
I
think.
don't think anybody in this group's ever met a brownie before.
You
I've
cer-
eaten some before, and I've
Yes.
heard tales of the Fae,
Mm-hmm.
but I want nothing to do with them.
Exactly.
However, I do remember something about brownies being tasty and sweet, so that bodes well in their favor.
Okay. So
Wait, that. Hmm.
they come back in and there's a pile of stuff that they are putting together.
Hoarding.
It's little chests and cases. There are five of them all piled together, and then they bring in two wagons just full of coins, just full of coins.
What type of coins? From
They are
when?
glinting of silver and gold.
Is there a when was are they from?
What was that?
When are they from?
Well, you haven't looked at the specific
Okay.
coins yet. They're just piles of coins at this point.
Okay.
and this is what Queen Titania sent?
Oh yes, she sent this long ago for the coming protectors and the nobility of this region.
Well, thank
That's
you.
us.
I
And
thought
I'll pick up one of the coins
Good.
to
Now,
see
now,
what.
for clarification, the Queen did send along a proviso, some quid pro quos, and a bit of an agenda that we have to go over first to make sure we're in alignment, so that I'm giving this to the proper people at the proper point in time.
Hmm.
okay.
I read away.
Okay. First of all, be it herein stated that um, brownies and fey folk will be permitted within the realms of the Sunfire and their regimes.
Uh.
Within this hex, I can only guarantee it for my portion of the hex.
Wait, why are you doing that? Hold
My
on. Read the rest of it, and then
Huddle.
we'll say what we do and do not decide to.
Yes, yes. Yeah, don't respond to each individual point because he doesn't have the ability to respond to those. Point number two: that brownies will be offered gainful employment with standardized and is economically viable payment for services rendered. That at no point shall anyone ever rescind or hold back payment on the basis of the race, creed, or color of the brownies, but simply will make sure that they are provided opportunities that are equitable with everyone else. And
Mm,
and that in particular they will have purview over tooth collection, comma, boot making, comma, belt making, comma, and clothing tailoring.
okay.
did you?
That the access to homes in the area shall be provided in each as a doorway not to exceed 6 inches in height, nor be less than 3 inches in height, and no wider than a span. He stops and goes, "You know what a span is."
Aye.
I'm
Do
not
I?
exactly sure what your span is.
My span is the span of a noble. Therefore, any one of you or all of you, you take an average of the width of the distance between your pinky and your thumb when fully expanded.
Aye.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
Um, that at no point shall anyone take arms or violence against a brownie, save in the case of capital punishment, which will be allowed forthwith.
Of
And
course.
and finally, that a stipend for any tooth extraction will not be at anything less than 1 silver piece.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
1 silver piece per tooth.
Aye.
Oh, you're crazy's what you are.
No one's gonna afford that.
It's gonna be like 5 gold per child.
Well, right, but it only goes to the household. It goes to them. You have to pay the children for the teeth. That's us paying you
Oh, okay.
Oh, you said a stipend would be supplied.
by us to you
Brownies.
for the teeth. You're giving us your
Uh,
teeth.
Can I ask what are you gonna do with the teeth?
we have our own purposes for them, and that is only to be decided by the brownie realm.
Ah.
Actually,
Well,
it's,
I was.
Certainly,
and
certain.
he goes candidly. It's actually part of the Tooth Fairy Guild, and so we have to make sure that they are appropriated correctly and make sure
I
that they
get it. I
pay
get
their.
it.
Anything else?
Um, not that I can see on this document. There were some other lines, but they've become smudged for some reason.
Oh.
Okay, give us a moment.
Earlier, you said something about.
Stop. Give us a moment.
Sure.
And we go walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know about all this. I don't think it's good idea to have Fey folk have free reign over our country.
Well, they're
Exactly.
not raining. They just want a
No,
place for.
Gene. Free reign, as you know, is a horseman's term, referring to the horse not being limited. If you give a horse a free rein, you're letting it run where it
Yeah,
wants to run.
goes where it wants to.
That's what he's talking about, not REIGN.
You guys are too like in sync with
I
each
w-
other.
I would allow them free reign in my part.
No.
No,
No, because if you say your part, they're gonna be it's everybody's part. They want every part, not.
You guys were building this as a collective. Remember, you weren't building it as individual.
yeah,
Splitting
that's
it up.
right.
We are one people, and that is no. I mean that is us.
Either way, Fey have a bad reputation when they're allowed into places like this. Why do you
I
think they're willing to pay so much for it? They'll
How
be
about
taking children as their own and enslaving people and bewitching people and things like that. If the stories hold true.
and I have no way to counter to know. I'm sorry, I just
Yeah,
have no idea what they are.
no, you have vague remembrances of having a positive relationship with the Fae before. Elves do. Elves are, after all, descendants of the Fae.
Okay.
what?
Um,
Hmm. Well, they did say
I
we can like
I
punish
I
the
remember. I
wrongful.
do remember them vaguely, and I remember. Well, they were sometimes fun to have around.
That's true. They are a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun.
For who?
Uh,
The players or the GM?
Well, the Fae in general, they do spread pleasantry. Usually the negative comes from overindulging or overextending your reach into their realm or making deals. So you're right to worry about them, but
Well, the hags also come from the Fae.
that's true.
but
And the
the
Fae is
hex
merged with the
anywhere,
Everdark.
but it doesn't really matter for that part.
In the meta, it's pretty bad. It's like saying okay to any other realm.
But
But
this is the only group of them that have come actually hat in hand to negotiate those. So
It's true.
Hey
you
man,
know,
they don't seem
as,
to be afraid of the negotiations. So it's not as if they were really malevolent, they wouldn't have even bothered.
yeah.
I'm not
So
saying that the brownies are malevolent at all, but I'm saying that a blanket statement of that the Fae folk have free reign to come and go as they please in our country
True,
is not a decision that we can make for all of Nycos either.
true. But you're only making it for your hex at this point.
Right, but I mean,
okay, then how about we
they don't
limit
have
it to the
any
brownie,
foothold.
the ones that are here, the brownies.
They don't have any foothold in Nycos that I know of thus yet.
But the point is, these people are here now, and apparently have been here for a long time.
I'm talking in meta.
And
Just
oh, and meta.
Well, the Fae have a hold. They did have a hold, and it's been burned up, like we said, 3 times already.
I don't know what you're talking about.
See? So don't say you don't know. You choose to not know.
No, I'm saying that
wait, is this
as
the?
far as I know currently is what I'm saying.
Is it Nick's?
But
Are we talking Nick's? The one that he burned down 3 times?
You guys say it like that, but you don't know the story, so
Yeah,
you
right.
don't know the connotation of it.
Right.
You're the one that tells it like that.
Because it's a joke.
I'm asking. It's a okay.
I'm just asking.
All of it is John's fault either way, but yeah.
Of course, it's all my fault. But I'm just saying your agenda towards it
Has
needs
never been destructive.
right, and neither has been their agenda destructive. I mean,
I wouldn't mind, but also we would have to correct some of the wording of the agreements.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this is
They
that
don't.
they had the.
I don't think that they have permission to change anything on it.
We'll have to negotiate with them and see.
I'm saying that I don't think they have the power to. Either way, look, I don't like the wording of free reign at all, of them being able to come and go as they please. They're either here as subjects or they're not.
so therefore, come back with that. But
Okay.
that's perfectly a position to take.
I agree with Alabaster though.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have a vote in this.
I don't. Okay.
No, but
They have just
understand.
as much as a vote as any other person with an opinion.
Right. They can state their opinion.
Absolutely.
All right. So what are we doing?
Right, well, I need
Let's go
clarification
back
real quick
and
about what in character we do know about the Fae.
Okay.
Because if it is my knowledge of the Fae and my experiences with the Fae and Nycos, then it's a hard no.
Right. But in the case of Tiara's background, because of the tie into the Elvish background that we had originally uh, pushed
yeah,
to the side, she was raised in an Elvish village and had regular dealings with people from the Sylphae, and they're not. They have to be tightly controlled. You have to deal with the legalism perhaps a bit, but they are hard workers and faithful to the end, and things like that. There, there are some who have the capability of speaking half truths, but generally speaking, they are more like Darby O'Gill's little people than anything. They're isolative and enjoy themselves so much they kind of want to share their joy, and that makes them exuberant and perhaps a little too much into drink and things like that. They can be exploited easily, but they're also just as likely to exploit you. So you have to be cautious when you're dealing with them because they take your words as law, and when you speak something into being, they accept it. So
Well, they're kind of like genies that will take your words and twist them to their own purposes if you're not precisely clear.
some, some are, most aren't. Most of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that the majority that I've had come in contact to are that way.
Right. And I'm just trying to soften your opinion with the fact that there are other positions that do not have that opinion. That it's not, they are not necessarily something to be absolutely feared, but something to be taken seriously. So the comment that there needs to be clear definition of what they're allowed to do and things like that, the idea of taking away free reign, I totally understand that. And their position was one of stating their, it wasn't a list of demands, it was a list of things they would like. So it's
okay.
literally a line item veto kind of situation.
Okay, so we can go back and
Well,
discuss it.
no, just just be clear on what you have to work with. They do want
Okay.
free reign. They want to buy your teeth from your children. So they want to run the Tooth Fairy League, if you will. They want
The
to
Superior Guild.
they want to be the shoe repair guild. They want to be in the
Belts.
tailoring business, and
No, but the point is, he will not have exclusive rights.
Well, that's what the brownies want. It's that
Yeah.
first one that it will be
open reign for the free reign for the Eldrin
for
people, for the fairy people.
yeah, which
That,
is all of them, good and bad.
right. So you can qualify that.
Yeah. Only those that
Maybe you have to have oversight.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Documentation, green cards,
Yeah,
if you will.
exactly.
Yeah. We could have a person to do divine sense on them. It's like if they're evil.
Well, okay, so they'll agree with the stipulations up to the fact that you're talking about using religion, because that's where that comes from.
Oh,
they're going to balk a little bit at that because religion's a little too tightly wound for them. They would agree to red veil observation, but not to religious observation.
well, if they're evil, they can't come in. Is that
Yeah.
not?
Either
In...
way, no, just we'll deal with it.
All right.
Okay,
All
we'll
right.
go back in.
Okay.
Oi, so we have some alterations to this here contract here.
Okay.
We're fine with you brownies, and we're fine with you setting up your tailoring and you're just making your shoes and whatnots and all that. That's fine. But this free reign here of the Fae folk, we can't have that. We're
Oh.
the lords of this here land, and we're gonna have to have full authority over anyone who's in our land, and that includes choosing who gets in and who doesn't.
Oh. Okay. Okay. That.
And no exclusivity on the cobbling and the leather
Oh,
working
I
of
think I
the.
think we don't have to worry about that. For one of our great leaders by the name of John C. Penny once said that if a person has a mind set upon the satisfaction of his customer base, he need never worry about his competition.
Oi,
So true.
that's fine there.
Okay, so
But
long as
no,
that.
no
Yeah.
That
tricks. Everything's above board, and you're gonna be subjects if you're living here just like anybody else. No
Yes, but
special rules.
well, except that we're not, since we're providing a revenue stream, we don't want any taxation of our employees here. We won't pay.
Well,
We don't want to pay localized tax.
that's fine as long as you're continually putting money into the till in other ways.
Yes, as agreed. As agreed through the.
We're still going to have tariffs on exports and imports,
Oh,
but
sure. We'll
your
use
people living here won't pay their like let's say income tax.
and
That's what I'm referring to.
We'll
for
give you a
important
break on that, not a full
for
disclosure.
important matters, you must have a written contract so it can be
Oh, oh,
brought.
oh! We warn you. Oh, no, no, no! You talk about bad. No, you don't want that. That's one thing with the Fae you don't want, and they actually tell you this. No, no, no! Ever, never, never, never sign a deal with the Eldrin.
Okay.
Just a historical reference. You don't want to sign a deal with Eldrin. They
Mm,
they tend to be really expert at writing those
It,
contracts. It might be
it's just as bad as making a deal with the devil,
yes,
if not more so.
but you notice that the brownies, who are arguably one of the most capricious groups of them, are very much averse to writing contracts. They don't want a written deal. That's the reason why it was stated as the Queen's demands or Queen's request, not as a
mm,
literal contract between you and they.
okay.
Another thing that we can't guarantee any sort of leeway or allowances once you leave our area.
Oh no, this is understood. This is solely for the domain of the what used to be known as the Sunfire domain, which we measure as being from here to the gateway
Foot of
on
the
the far side of the valley.
mountains.
Yep, exactly. This hex,
Oi.
Okay.
to use localized terminology.
How long ago was the last sunfire here?
Oh,
Yeah.
just a few months by our time, by our reckoning. By your
I think
reckoning, couple hundred years.
I think you're gonna have to use our reckoning when talking to
All right, so
us.
somewhere about
Between
128,
125 and
128 to
1500.
1200 years exactly.
Exactly, I thought as much. Sorry, you're not gonna get much out of them in that way.
No, but the coins,
Living in libraries here or something?
but the
Oh, wait, never mind.
specification that was asked for by Fishy Cat is validated. The coins are marked with ones, twos, and threes.
Ah.
They're still good. They're more valuable even.
Now, yes,
Now,
now that the now knows about the then,
The 8th iteration, you mean?
yes.
well, welcome to.
Whoa. We haven't named the place yet. Let's wait.
Yeah.
It's not
Welcome,
Hammerflit.
welcome to the agreement. Yes, we will agree to welcoming to the agreement.
All
All
right,
right.
excellent. Now we have another second source of income to build our wall.
Well,
Yeah, but you have to find a way to collect that from your citizenry since they're getting the silver directly.
Yeah, well, that's why there's taxes.
um, what we certainly want to do is repair this place. It certainly seems to be a good place to
Why
be.
repair it? It's in perfect condition.
No, it isn't.
What are you
It's in.
talking about? Of course it is. We've
It
we
works.
we have defended this place with great effort and vigor for the last a few months.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember,
Yes.
our time, not yours. Our time.
Yes. Yes. Since we got here after the revening.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So we
Um,
want something like this.
Disney Park.
Want something like this, maybe.
it's hard to see when they're
Just
overlapping.
yeah, just leave it as it was for now. You can
No, I'm fixing it now.
changing the color to match the fact that you've changed the place. Oh, as far as the growl outside, there's a couple that's still up here. They are the predecessors of the Grolin. They are not as civilized and rather irascible. They eat their meat raw. It's really kind of disgusting. It's kind
Where
of
do they actually live in this land?
well, they live out in the stable. We haven't cleared the stable out yet because we don't use horses. We consider horses friends, not food.
What
Well,
about the
we
growls?
don't eat horses either.
Some of you do.
Wait.
Well, I imagine somebody might if they were starving and their choice was living or
No, there are human species that eat horse meat.
oh,
Yeah, there is. There is definitely one that does that. All right, so I guess we're done here. I'm taking some of these goats.
um, can is there any chance that we can get those?
Oh yeah, your gifts. Yeah.
Well,
Once you've achieved an agreement and accord, these belong to you.
Hmm.
the,
May I have a look at the chests?
Oh, certainly, certainly. In one of them is a royal attire for a king and a queen, and
Oh.
the emblem on the crowns are the sunfire with the nimbus and the flames.
Do you mind if I try it on?
well, it's
I'm,
for
I'm asking them, not asking you.
Oh, you guys can. They're yours. Once you agree to, since we've made an agreement, they're yours. In another is a whole box of courtier dresses and clothing, probably enough for 20 to 30 people. So your entire entourage can be appropriately clad in
Oh, excellent.
matching Sunfire coloration. Sunfire's coloration is orange, red, and yellow.
okay.
Much more on the orange than on the red or the yellow.
Okay.
Rather bright colors, but uh, would you mind if
Yes.
we still call this Castle Sunfire?
Yeah.
Just keep its name. I
How
don't
about
care
Nimbus
about
Fire?
the rest of the land, really.
Are you talking to us or them?
You.
Oh, yeah, fine. Whatever. It's your castle. Do what you want with it.
Settle down, fishy cat. Don't be stupid.
Wait, you want the castle?
Oi, what other castle is there on this place?
Oh,
The
you.
one we built.
Well,
What we built?
when you say that loud enough, the brownies go. Oh, there's still the Dungeness Manor to the south, and then there's the well there's the Marshhold, but
The one with the troll in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a castle there too.
Well, fudge me.
Yeah, you realize that back when this valley was highly populated, it was kind of in the castle building phase of the
Well,
the what do you call it? The medieval period, so to speak here.
mm, I'm just annoyed that we have to go back to the. We're gonna have to go back over there one day
Hmm.
to check out what's in the. Is
Well,
there an army that can help us deal with?
we're gonna probably have to um, certainly
Kill
get
it?
an army
Yeah, I
We
know.
to
That's
are
what
an
hold
I'm.
army. Why do we need an army?
because we can't.
Well, we could probably kill a.
Eventually, we'll need a standing force to protect the land, especially from the apparently primitive
Well, the primitive
gold.
Groll, there's not a lot of them. And the regular Grollim have marched on anyway. What's left of them has been driven out of the valley, remember?
By
Yeah,
the Tarmoks. Remember, the Tarmoks are have conquered the rest of the land, so they're defending most of it.
Right.
yeah, but still have. I know we have mountains around us, but
But you haven't.
not
This hasn't been
all.
populated yet, so
Yeah,
you're right that you'll eventually have to worry about that stuff,
yeah.
but not
I'm not saying
tomorrow.
right now.
This will certainly have to be.
Okay, so on that map, you can go ahead and put an X down there next to the where the waterway is, where the lake is, and that's where you'll find Dungeness Castle.
Oh, excellent.
It's out on that little island that you drew, quite
Let me
by
guess.
accident.
There's a dungeon in the castle.
No, think about it. Dungeness,
Crab.
Dungeness,
Dungeness crab.
What?
like a parcel worthy of a fishy cat.
How you
Oh
doing,
my
kid?
God! Sorry.
Just
Stop it.
like
You want
that,
to watch
right?
Yeah,
TV?
something like that.
I engaged. You haven't hardly eaten anything there. I got crackers
So
in there,
everybody
and I
gets
got
a
grapes.
castle.
Bean, mute yourself, please.
Okay. With
Not yet. Let me get to
hello,
it.
with
Get diving for my buttons.
regular.
There. Sorry
So
about
we
that.
all get castles. Sweet. This
Well,
works.
the valley's built. I mean, the story revolves around you guys. Wouldn't I do that? I'd take care of you guys.
Yeah, totally. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, John.
And I get nothing, because that's exactly what I want. I think.
No, I mentioned there's a place in the marsh, and there's another one. I mean, there's a lot of other places we could put something. I wasn't sure what you wanted. You wanted. I know we were talking
I
about.
want a giant floating island above the middle.
Okay, so we'll have to go find the island.
I was about to say that too, actually.
Dragons circling around it at all times.
It should be circling the rim of
No,
the.
that's what Valere wants. That's not what.
Ah, okay.
I know Alabaster's choices are considerably slim to none, since he's.
Yep. Okay.
Uh,
So his is mostly underwater, apparently, because it's just a skull with a cave opening in its mouth.
Yeah.
There's this.
yes.
Scale. It actually, there's not a mountain behind it. It is the mountain.
No, it's just closer to the camera, that's all.
Yeah, that's it. Perspective.
Mm.
Maybe there's 3 of them.
Nice.
Maybe there's a big whatever
3 of them,
this
but
is.
they're mounted with those crawl enemies. Nice.
Okay. And swamp hold, swamp hold. That looks about right. Let's put it up and.
If you guys spend the afternoon, you can go down and hunt out the growl in the stables and clear them if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. I gotta practice with my axe.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
throw
could
it.
do that, I suppose.
Just a little bit. The person is who the artist is creating the map. I'll throw some axes around.
Okay, so you dispatch the growl without too much trouble. They are vicious. Their heads are larger than their bodies. They're very little in the way of a neck, so they have to turn their whole torso to look at you. But their lower jaw is got huge, sharp, pointed teeth, and they tend to act like a a scissor when they eat, so they just cut right through flesh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the attack that
Wait, is
killed
this
the
what I saved? Is this one of like the
no,
species I saved?
no this well
No.
you can't you could be there you could
Oh
save
no, that's tomato. Sorry, you're right. Never mind. Tomato. Tomato did that.
okay yeah so anyway
One day, one day, we will save them all. Now, kill them all.
so you hunt down. It's
Yeah.
just a small pack, like 4 or 5 adults. Um, there are no kits yet with this group. It's early in the spring, so they haven't had any young yet.
No, no,
Well,
no
best to
many
root
people.
them out now than let your.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I should add a label. That's what I should do.
Labels are always handy.
Mm.
Da, 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 da. Boop. And I need to do.
Alright, so after dispatching the Groll, you'll find that they hoard stuff. So they've got a pile of like old clothes and stuff back there, and the yellow banners that you saw above were actually the Brownies Guild flag, which is yellow with a cobbler's hammer and a stitching needle crossed like weapons.
Okay. That's okay. We can come up with a banner. She
Well,
kind of
this
likes
But
the,
this is their banner, so
that's their banner.
yeah.
they will strike their colors whenever you guys come up with your unified banner for whatever you're going to call this realm.
Fishy's lot.
My
What?
mind wants to call it this land, but that
Enough of that.
enough of that. You're having none of that. Is what you're saying? You're having none of that.
None of it.
Hmm. Ah, label. The land of label.
And a label. No, it's not a ham.
Not to ham. That's right. You want the forest. Here we go.
Oh, you want the forest, but the forest is next to my castle, and I certainly don't
No,
want
there's
No,
both
I
the.
want
forests. We can find
this forest over here.
Yes, he wanted that
Okay.
as the not to ham.
The one next to the gate. Because as far away from the Dungeness Keep and the water as possible, but has a little bit of water for me to destroy up here.
Yes.
Okay. There's got to be other tributaries coming out of those mountains.
Oh, there are. I'm sure there are.
Not a one.
What?
Not a one.
Seeing as how it's made, let's see, maybe one of these, maybe right there.
Hmm. Which castle was that?
That's the one he's going to build in not to ham.
I think it's a little bit too fancy for it. No. Oh, he gets a dome.
He's already building his entire regime as all those buildings. Yeah.
I think you have slightly more than your portion.
There we go. A gateway.
He's just playing with his toys.
Oh, is that mine? It's right there.
That's your embassy inside of his realm. Yeah, nice.
Gate over here for some reason.
In case people want to knock on it.
Big thing in the background.
No, that's in case they want to come and adore you. Get it?
Okay, so I think Jean would love this elven one if she ever got a chance to make it. See this one, Jean?
Let's see. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it?
So that's what Sunfire will be when you get it built.
Yep.
Built.
Now, if only you had wishes, then you could build those castles.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we gotta get to level 20 so we can
No.
make.
No, look at.
Like
I
the
think
skull
the
gets
wish.
skated
I think the
across.
wish we did that other night was the
Uh,
best wish it could have possibly been.
And the skull resides inside the castle. Good.
Actually, that's not very elven. That's very gothic.
No, it's very elven. Are you
Mm.
not
Yeah.
seeing it clearly?
Pointy.
Do you see
Oh,
the...
you should see Silvery Moon in World of Warcraft. Oh God,
There
This
are
is-
so many different ways to interpret elves.
This is styled exactly after the Lord of the Rings style of elves. It's practically taken from the movie of
Rivendell.
Elrond's realm.
No, see, Rivendell's only a town.
Okay.
Barely
But
that. It's basically.
This is a keep, and this is
Right.
literally because it has the. You can practically see that this round section is where they had the meeting,
Right.
and all the open doorways because it's all open and the.
Yeah, I could see that as the personal keep.
Yeah, that's your personal keep.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that would be very nice.
Unless you want this as a gatehouse.
That's how we're gonna have our walls.
I can make a whole. I can even make a portal for you. See,
That's what we need is a portal.
To
No.
where?
this is the portal to the Sylphe right there.
Invite Mary over and she'll make you a portal.
Now look at this place. That's a cool one.
Yeah, that's
One
cool.
with the tree.
We
There's a
could
whole
have
center.
all the major
Guard towers.
cities so we can conquer them all. I mean, befriend them all.
Oh, they take over the world.
Okay.
So here's what I'll do. I'm gonna hide this little gate here at the edge of the forest.
Just make it real small. Yeah.
Is this the gate to the Fae or something?
Yeah.
All right.
And then put one of your little structures outside of it, indicating that you guys have like a port of call.
Yep.
I want to hide it. I'm gonna make a forest clearing. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Because it should be
Yeah.
somewhere deep in the forest.
Yes.
Not too far from the castle.
It's not. It's right here.
Remember, each one of those hexes is 7 miles.
Yeah, but it's not to scale. It's just
Ah.
remember that it's there someplace.
So I've got to have one of these fancy towers.
Kind
here.
of like the big blue gate.
Yeah,
the-
this is Sylphy, so it's got to be like green and foresty.
Oh.
Well, we can probably find a way to set up one near the Dungeness to take you to the ocean.
Ah, excellent.
Well, there is
Now we got
a
a
gate
little-
near
that way
Silk.
that way we can literally flood the valley.
You know, this
Yes!
could probably just be like the little elf town that's gonna be built eventually.
Mm-hmm.
The Frey will conquer the realm. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, there'll be one building in there that'll be kind of dark, where it's the one place, the advocacy for the gray. We keep trying to get passage, but you guys keep saying no.
There, how's that look?
Sure. And then trees up around it.
change the scale on all the rest of the trees.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, that is what happens. Is you start with a map that has really big things, and then you slowly refine it down to the small things.
Right.
As you zoom out and get bigger and bigger and bigger and whatever.
Right. And
And
the point about being so close, you may think they want it close, but they're going to want some room to acclimate. You know.
have the kids.
Not that.
Why do they need their
Are
own
they?
kids when they can have ours?
Exactly.
I'm just like, how did they just come into existence, or did they actually have kids?
They are considered some of the oldest
Yes.
of the races.
They also have children very rarely of their own, but they often will take other people's children. That was the reference to changelings and such.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah, it's okay to put a couple of gray trees in there in between because there'll be some influence of the.
Yeah, there's like some big old trees and whatever else. So change the coloring
Yeah,
if need be.
yeah. Alrighty, so we've finished with that portion of the domain. Heading farther south along the next wall of the
Yes.
hex.
Yeah.
Okay,
Along this forest in between the hills.
gotta wait for him to expand out so I can see what's next. So.
We'll go southwest.
Past the woods.
Yep. So past the forest, heading back down that area, you'll see again signs of warfare, but on a different scale. There's picket lines, actually big crossed split rail fences, perpendicular to your pathway as you're moving south. 3 or 4 different picket rows, suggesting that the line kept falling backward. So the farthest out one is the oldest, and as you move in, you're getting to newer and newer construction. But they're all built with a classic spit rail design, with 2 or 3 places for entry in between, but with poles, spiked poles in between them,
Hmm.
Okay.
so that it would drive you towards the spikes if you tried to go around the wall. They're all each of the walls is about 120 yards from the next, so it was literally built as a army that was depending upon archery was falling back. So whatever was defending against this northern kingdom. So apparently Sunfire was being expansionist, or the ones who replaced them were being expansionist.
Well, man, we have a lot of history in our lands.
Yeah.
Find that
I'd
anywhere
like
where
to
you
discover it
look close
too.
enough.
Yep. What also is of important note is right there at that nexus where those 3 points together, the 3 points of that hex come together. There is a what looks like a staircase. Upper half of the staircase is above ground, but you see it descending into a hole in the ground. It looks like that might have been what they were originally fighting over, was access to that staircase into the ground. Now this staircase is rather impressive. It's individual steps, but each step is only about 4 inches tall and spirals into the ground over an area that's almost 200 feet across. So it's almost like a road into the ground.
Oh, is this the way? Wait, what? If they had this exit
Very
out,
shallow steps, but how wide are the steps?
well, I guess we're
I
gonna have
just
to go
said,
down now.
200 feet across.
Oh,
You have no stairs?
okay. You said they were 4 inches deep, which means they were very shallow.
Yes,
But and the area was 200 feet across.
right.
But how
Each
wide is an
oh,
individual
each
step?
step on the outside edge there, it's over 2 yards. On the
Okay.
on the inward side, it's just a few inches.
That means horses could come up.
Yes, or more fell beasts than horses.
Okay.
There are scratches on the stone indicating that is the case.
Well, I guess we're gonna blow this up now.
This is the best
Sure.
whole mine shaft opening thing I got.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Put it right at the center of that the conjunction of those three hexes.
Okay.
Is there any marks of growing?
Well, that looks like that might have been who might have built the fences or something.
Hmm.
The oldest ones don't have any markings around them because they would have been so long ago. But the most recent ones do have clawed footsteps that look either like Grolem or possibly the Groll or the actually Grolem themselves, the younger species.
Okay.
The fact that this is so well constructed suggests, however, it was not built by either of them.
Something else. Oh God, I hope it doesn't lead to the Underdark.
You don't even, yeah, exactly. Okay, there you go. And it is 4 o'clock, so we have accomplished for the day.
All right.
Uh, then we will continue this next week. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and keeping up with what's going on here. We've probably finished the Hexploration tomorrow, or next time we play this game, which will be next week. And remember, every day at 1 o'clock, we're doing something here on Nycos. And also do watch for Iteration Nation whenever we are able to put a new episode together. So have a great day, guys. Bye.
Bye
See you later.
bye.
Bye.
Okay.